Okay, the last thing that we want to do is we want to see how well the theory and the experiment actually agree with one another, or these two equally valid experiments work together. So let's go ahead and do this. So let's call this percent error. Oh, percent error is not what we want, though. That's when we have a well-established quantity. So we need percent difference, where we're using well-established laws and experiments. Difference. So we want to have our two velocities to come in here. So the first one was Bernoulli's velocity. The next one is going to be kinematic velocity. We already know that both of them are going to be in meters per second. That's the way we defined them earlier. Okay, so I probably ought to define them here again. Only imagine I wouldn't want to have someone rifling through my spreadsheet if all they need is this information. Again, you want to kind of make it as easy as possible for someone to use the tools that you're creating. So Bernoulli's equation is just going to be a reference. I'm going to say equal to, and we have Bernoulli's velocity here. I said Bernoulli's equation, but we're using Bernoulli's equation to calculate the velocity. Then we have our kinematic velocity here, and we are using the kinematic equations to calculate this velocity. So I'm just going to pop that in. So we have both of those. And our percent difference is going to be right here. Percent difference. Difference. Okay, we'll go ahead and wrap that. Make it look somewhat pretty. Okay, and so this is just equal to the absolute value of Bernoulli's velocity minus, oh, I'm going to do that again, Bernoulli's velocity minus the kinematic velocity, and it's just going to be divided by, and I'm going to put two parenthetical statements down, two open parenthetical statements, because we're just looking for the average of those two velocities. So the average is just Bernoulli's velocity plus the kinematic velocity divided by 2. That's all that is. So we'll see that we have a percent difference here. Well, it's not in the percent form yet. We would need to multiply this by 100, but instead of multiplying it by 100, I'll just use Excel's formatting. And we're getting about 8% difference. Okay? And this will be the last page that you will have to do. So I'll just highlight this again, just so that you can see the last little bit. Now, what I want you to upload is the video and this page or this workbook, unless I explicitly say something different in the assignment.